Have you seen him piddle?
No.
Never? Yeah. So that's good. We've also controlled his water a lot. Because we noticed that his pee was clear, which means overhydration. So now he only gets water 4 times a day. And that's also been like a part of just the whole process of potty training.
How much during those 4 times?
I eyeball it. So the general rule of thumb is an ounce per pound. And then if he does more like exercise, you can always give him a little bit more water, but at least now you're aware. Until he's potty trained, then I leave free water. So when we're potty training, free water is a bad idea because you never know when's the last time you drank water. So then the pees are random. So we give him water in the morning. We give him water after the walk. Water about midday, 3 to 4, and then water separate clock, and that's it. Okay. With feeding, because he was so over dramatic with everything, the prong collar, the E-Collar and stuff, we had to make the only time he eats is when he's training. Okay, so he doesn't get meals throughout the day. We tried that in the beginning, but we were starting these out, and I was like, no, he needs a bit more incentive for the training. So we've dialed that back. Now he only eats when he actually is training. So he's working for it essentially.
Okay.
Ideally, once he gets over everything, he just kind of accepts, like, okay, this is life, like has discipline, so on and so forth. You can go back to feeding normally, and you still have your training and stuff, and it's not a big deal. But I'm going to gamble that your sons are going to have to reinforce this stuff for quite a bit, right? Scottie is not the dog that you can just love on. I know he's a cute little pup, and he's a pup, right? Which kind of puts the people kind of mentality of like, oh, he's a puppy, like how bad could it be? It could be bad, okay? And he went from like screaming in the kennel to then he was howling 2 times every night to whining in the morning, like at 7 o'clock, kind of on the dot. And then the past 2 nights, he finally slept through the nights with no howling, but only would whine in the morning once he knew we were up and started to get the dogs ready. But then we would correct him and he would quiet down, he'd lay down, he'd be fine. Okay.
Whining in the cage was a big issue with him.
Yeah.
Even Callie was like done with this. She started going upstairs.
I don't want to hear him anymore.
Sure, yeah. So definitely when he goes back, you're going to see a little bit of regression. We have another week with him, of course, but you're going to see a little bit of regression. It's normal because he's going from our boot camp lifestyle to back home. So he's already going to have that association. He's going to think, oh, like, you know, it's going to be like how it was. But that's not the case. That's why there's all this follow-up involved, so that we transition everything that he's learned over to you guys, and then you, of course, have to reinforce it. So then he goes, oh, it's not like it was before. It's like it was at Jesse's now, okay? So when you do get him back, I suggest just no affection, at least no unearned affection, meaning like unnecessary petting. If like you're walking with him and he stops and he auto sits and he's doing a good job, you can praise that and give him affection for that. But he's earned it, right? He's not the type that you can just, if you're sleeping on the couch and you're like, oh, like you look cute while you sleep on the couch, let me pet you, okay? Because that's what's going to bring back the barking and whining in the kennel, and just the overall over-dramatization, I butchered that word, of his response to discipline. Because you can't be both. You can't be his friend and you can't be his disciplinarian at the same time. You're one or the other, right? He will still like you. Over time, you'll get to be a bit more affectionate, but definitely not at this phase. Okay? Trust me. These guys know too firsthand just exactly how bad it was. Okay? Any questions before we get started? And it's going to be Matthew and Aiden. All right. So we brought a little training pouch with us that has his kibble in it and everything. He might take it for a bit and then stop taking it. If he stops taking it, no big deal. We just continue on with the training. But we just use it only during those times. Because there's stress involved and the discipline, sometimes the dogs will go this isn't worth it because it's just his kibble. So most people would comp the food that the dog doesn't eat. I don't, because you have to keep the hungry. Okay? So as long as he's not starving and looking frail, it's okay. Because the next time you work with him, he's like, oh, okay, I should really eat this time because I didn't get it last time. You have to be real strict with this stuff because he will play you if you allow him to. Okay? So, little puppy here. We have them both on a prong and an E-Collar. He's doing well with both of them in conjunction. Are you getting a remote collar for him? Yes. You are? Okay. What do you know? Remember what model you're getting for him? All right, but you haven't bought it yet?
No.
Okay, cool. Before you buy it, check back with me.
Okay.
Because I think the model I told you, we tried him on it, and it was really bad. And then we switched them to actually the model that Callie's on. You're not going to have to get this model. There's one just under it, but it's the same. The way it feels is very similar. The other one, in my theory, is a bit more sharper. Because we had another dog similar to him that hated that collar, but when we moved them to the one that Callie is on, he actually did great. So little subtle things like that. So before you buy it, check with me and I'll tell you what model to get. Okay? Who's going to be the first to work with Scottie here?
Mac, he has less experience.
Okay, come on over, Matt. This is Brianna Enrique. Go ahead and give him. Good. No, that's. Go ahead. It's just. That's perfect. Go on. Keep it just pull away. Good. And now just pull up. Pull up. Pull. There you go. Nice. There you go. Right. Go ahead and get your pouch on. What's his working number?
I was trying to find connection and I didn't get to see but on the way over here,
Okay. So, what makes Scottie difficult to work with is that you could be super low and he'll still be like, but not listening, and then you have to go higher, and then he's still vocal, but now he's listening. That's the hard part. Up, there you go, relax, good. So, on your remote here, have you used Callie's remote before?
Yeah.
Okay, so the same system. What's his number set at?
49.
Do you know how to find the perception level or the working level?
No.
No? Okay. So go ahead and dip that number down. Let's go to 15 here. And see where the box is? It's on like his right side there. Okay. You're gonna watch in that area. And when you hear me say the word tap, you're gonna press that button. Okay. That top button. Correct. All right. So go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Okay, so you see how there's low response here? Let's go to 20. Tap, tap, tap. Little tiny response, 25.
Friday.
Tap, tap, tap. 30. Tap, tap. Right there. See that little shift?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now we're going to say that's his working number, okay? You have connection number, which is when you see the muscle twitching, that just means he feels it. Doesn't mean he's necessarily going to listen to it. Working number is a number that he's going to respond to despite what's going on in the environment, right? So we got a lot of distractions here. So when you get Scottie back, whenever you use your collar, you're always getting that working number first before you do anything, okay? So if you're going to go for a walk, let him have his potty break first, he pees and poops, and then you go, okay, let me find my number, and then you go about your walk, okay? Otherwise, you'll be pressing that button and you won't know whether or not if you have connection. So it's much easier for the average dog owner to just do this first when nothing's going on, because it's very clear, because he's not doing anything, right? He's just sitting there and when he feels it, he's like, what was that? So, first thing we're gonna cover is the heel. You're familiar with the heel with Callie?
He doesn't.
Doesn't do it? Okay. What about you, Ada? You do? Okay, cool. So, we've taught Scottie to walk on our left, okay? And you always want to make sure that that's consistent. It makes his life easier because he knows the answer when you're walking is always go to this spot. If you allow him on the right side, between your legs, in front of you, behind you, stuff like that, there's too many options that when you're using that remote, he's not going to know where to go, okay? So I'm going to have you, he's already on your left, go ahead and just relax. Now, when you start walking, you want to give Scottie slack, because slack allows him to make mistakes. Should Scottie get ahead of you, the way we correct it is by turning to the immediate right at a 180 angle, and you're going to tap at the same time, and I'll coach you through it. So when you hear me say tap again, you press your button, right? So you're walking, should Scottie get ahead of you, you would turn, tap, 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 until he's here, and then you would stop, okay? You want to be very careful not to use too much physical to put him in position, aside from like when I tell you to, because the next thing you'll know, you're just going to be dragging Scottie all over the place, and that's not training, that's just you like manhandling him. We want him to, of course, utilize this training and associate like, all right, when I walk with Matt, my job is to be to his left side, just like it was with Enrique, Rihanna, and Jesse at the facility, okay? So I'm going to have you go ahead and move forward, tap, forward, tap, good. And relax, forward. Relax your arm. Turn to your right. Tap, forward. Tap, forward. Keep walking forward.
Sorry for the distraction.
Just fine. That's right. So 180 right.
Next.
Gotta be firm.
We don't own dogs.
So you're going back the exact opposite way. Okay? You made a soft right. Right. So forward. Relax your arms. This way. Okay. Relax. Good. Go ahead and speed up a little bit. Go ahead and slow down. Now you're going to make a slow turn. You're a 180 right. Yep. There you go. And back this way. Relax. Slow down more. And stop. I'm going to have you pull up. There we go. Good. So you see how Scottie put his butt down? So go ahead here. Get a little bit of treats kibble from your pouch. And you're going to feed him. Very good, right? So we're rewarding the times where he does the correct thing, okay? If you pulled up and he was being dramatic and he starts whining, you just keep subtly going up until he gives you what you're looking for. Relax and feed, okay? Trust me, if you don't work him through it, it's gonna get worse. So, questions so far? No? I'm gonna have you just kind of move back and forth, okay? Since Scottie's doing well with being next to you, when you're making those turns, you're slowing down and turning so that he can follow your lead. If you were just to abruptly do this out of nowhere, he wouldn't catch it, okay? So you can walk fast like you normally would, but before you stop and before you turn, I just want you to get used to slowing down. If Scottie is here, you're good, then continue with what you're gonna do. If Scottie keeps going ahead of you, then you would just 180 and tap. Bring them back to your side, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna have you be a bit more assertive in your movements. I know you're thinking about Scottie and like you got your training pouch, you got your leash, you got your remote and all that stuff. But when you're hesitant on movements, then it actually confuses him more because he's like, well, you don't know what you're doing, so who am I supposed to follow? Okay? Questions?
No.
You got a bike coming. After this bike comes by you, I'll have it before. Good. And forward. And relax your arms. Forward. Good. Ready to turn. Right. 180 turn. Nothing here. Just smooth the view. Arms down. Relax. Good. Get ready to stop. Stop when you're ready. Good. Good. And feet. Good. Forward. Relax your arms. Good. Stop. Good. Good. So you want to keep an eye on something here. You see on that one how he came out a little bit ahead of you?
Yeah.
Okay, you turn in front of you, right? I'm not going to be too worried about it right now because you're still learning. But for me, that's already a sign that he's kind of losing attention on you, okay? So when you move forward this time, I'm going to have you get a bit more assertive. Like you're like point A to point B. Okay, like you know what you're doing. Alright, you got it. Careful, Ken. Yes, slower. Good. When you're ready, forward. There you go. That's a lot better. Much better. He was with us all day yesterday. Here at the climate. Got a lot of cameos on YouTube. You ready to turn? Good. Keep relaxed. Good.
Never did training in Canada.
Okay. It's all the same stuff, just a couple of things added. Yeah. Yeah. Now this is a little bit different because we make it work first before he gets it. We're not using it to right in a way. Right, just come to a stop when you're ready. Good job, and feet. Good, we're gonna do 2 more, okay?
What are those pouches?
Just dog training pouches. I got them on Amazon. They're like, I think 15, 20 bucks. More when you're ready. Use a Ziploc, or not Ziploc, a fanny pack. It doesn't have to be fancy, just something that can keep the treats in. Maybe a man purse? No? Good turn. Good, you're ready to stop. Good job. Stop when you're ready. Excellent. Good. Good, one more. Good. Relax that arm. Relax. Good turn. I'm gonna have you come to a stop in front of us here, okay? Good. Now on that last stop there, did you see how he still kept going? You know why that is? Slow down. Okay. That's all right. So, definitely in training, like you're building habits, right? You'll apply what you essentially practice during training. So, always before stopping and turning, you'll always slow down at least 3 steps. You can always slow down more. Okay. This helps him catch on to what you're doing, because you know you're coming to a stop. You know, Jesse said stop right here, right? He doesn't. So if we just abruptly stop, he's always going to shoot off. So that slowing down allows him to kind of, if he's paying attention at least, to see what you're doing, so that when you do come to that stop, he's more likely to stop with you. Okay? Question so far? So now we're going to add in the word. The word that we use is heel. Heel turns everything on. So technically, if you walk out with Scottie, and he's not on command, technically he can pull you all over the place. Okay, so let's say he's on a potty break, he's on his free time, great, doesn't matter. And then you decide, now we're going, and now I want you to not pull. You would issue that word heel, and then you start moving forward. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is after you say the word heel, is you're going to move forward with your left leg first. Okay, yeah, so you're going to say heel, left leg, and now everything turns on. And then we're gonna add a couple of things to the turns. So when you're gonna make a, we'll keep it with the pivots. When you're gonna make that 180 turn, when Scottie is paying attention, okay, you're gonna make sure you slow down first, and then you're gonna extend the left leg like this. You're gonna back on your right leg, and then forward to the left leg, go the opposite way, okay? This is when Scottie is paying attention. If Scottie is pulling ahead of you, you just turn to your right, okay? You don't have to worry about doing all this stuff because he's already not paying attention. Okay, so I'm gonna show you again. Walking forward, you're extending the left leg, get back on the right leg, forward to the left leg, the opposite way, okay? If you do this correctly, there should be no tension on the leash. You shouldn't have to remote or anything like that because you're telling Scottie what you're doing by your movements, okay? The next turn that we're gonna do is we're gonna cross over with, when you make a left turn, you're gonna cross over with your right leg. So you would slow down again, and then I like to use the cracks as a guide, is you would turn at a 45-degree angle or 90-degree angle and cut right in front of Scottie, then your left leg, and then back with your right leg. So you should be going back the opposite way. So if you do it correctly, you should stay within the same path like this, okay? So right, left, right, right, left, right. Okay, and we're gonna do a turn at a time. So heel, left leg, you're gonna walk down. Once you're ready, you're gonna make that 180 pivot. Extend the left leg, back on the right leg, forward to the left. Okay, you got it. Whenever you're ready. Heel and left leg.
Heel.
We swapped out his collar because since he was peeing, I don't want him to get his collar dirty. So we have it at the facility. Oh, his collar. Superman one. Ready to turn. Tap forward. Forward. Good. You saw how you kind of lost him there? Yeah. The tension. So as you're walking, you could have tapped to bring him back here. Okay? Forward. There you go. Forward. You're good. Relax. Good. Forward. Good. Give a little slack on the leash. There you go. You're ready to take a pivot. Want to get ready, one more stop, slow down.
And they just
Slow. Stop. Up. Okay, and feet. Don't worry about it, where he's facing. Good. Heel.
Heel.
And relax. Ready to pivot? Pivot. Hey, stop. Jump. Slow, stop. Good. Good feet. Good. Heel. Keep forward, keep forward. Good, get ready to pivot. now, those were all good. They got better. Hey, so now I'm gonna have you do the crossover turns, and that's by when you're slow down, and you're gonna cross with that right leg, left leg, and then cross again with your right leg. Go the opposite way. Okay? Go for it. You want to touch the right side of the sidewalk to give you space. There you go. Ready to left turn. Keep turning. There you go. Good. And relax. Good. Ready to left turn. Yep, cross. Right, left, right. Good, you got it. Good job. I'll give you a little tap here. Good. There you go. You got it. Tap. Good. Get ready to cross. Good job. Come, we'll stop. Good. Heel. You'll come forward, then we'll swap your brother. Ready to cross. When you're ready, good. Yep, there you go, you got it. Good. Go to come, we'll stop when you're ready. Good, and feed. Excellent, one more. Heel.
Heel.
Stop right here again. Keep forward, keep forward. Forward, yep, you got it. Keep forward. Slow to stop. Good. Excellent. And boy. Just going to swap here. So one thing we noticed actually, go ahead and swap with your brother, is it was yesterday, right? At the pack walk. Well, you weren't there. Well, I mean, when I had Scottie. So we took him on the pack walk yesterday, right? Good. And there was just people walking, and he was nervous. You know, despite that, we walked around Logan Square and all that stuff. Like I just noticed right off, like I took him out the car. And when people were walking by, it was kind of like moving to the side and stuff, nervous of them. So, more exposure. You know, when you guys get them like just walking around and stuff. Nothing really out the ordinary, but like bringing him to places like this or just walking around the neighborhood and going outside the norm will help him kind of just, how do you say, learn what's normal.
We saw Franco's
He's
girlfriend.
been good around the neighborhood, right? He's a little nervous, yeah. So, like, we're gonna start taking him to Home Depot and stuff because he does great on the pack walks, no problems there. But for his training walks, we're gonna expose him more to like, you know, just more condensed, high traffic areas. But that's something you guys want to keep on with as well. Otherwise, you'll get more nervous over time. Okay? You got any questions? So I'm gonna have you just show me what you've been doing, like with Callie and stuff. Everything your brother was doing, and the only thing you're gonna add in is giving those treats when he puts his butt down. And don't worry about like being super fast about it. Just when you're ready. Okay? What? stop. Good. Feet. Very good. So when you come to a stop, feet.
Oh, I thought you said.
You got it. Scottie's like, hey. There we go. Good. Yep. Yep.
What was that where he
Good. Get ready to come to a stop. Good. Feet. So your turn was correct with the leg movements, but you forgot something. Slow down. You forgot to slow down. Right, so you did on the first one, up, there you go, you're good, and relax. And on the second one, so before those turns, slowing down at least 3 steps, more is fine, and then going into that pivot. Okay? Again, heel.
Heel.
Good turn, much better. Want to pick up your pace a little? Good turn. You're ready to stop. Good. Very good. And feet. Now when you did that turn, did you tap? No? Okay. The way he moved looked like he kind of felt a tap, but he was probably just nervous. We'll do one more, then we're going to switch to the crossover turn, okay? Heel.
Heel. Very good. Now you're into the heel. And you're going to be doing those left turns, leading with that right leg. The crossovers like this. So that one? Yeah, correct. So be right, left, and right again. Come back. Yeah. Go for it. Heel. What does Aiden know? Or Callie? Like the heel stuff? Anything else? Okay. Walk.
Good turn. I'm gonna have you make that when you turn a little bit more sharp. Okay. Try turning again. There you go. Nice. Keep forward. Yeah, keep straight. Good. Ready to come to a stop. Good. Excellent. More. Got it. Yep. Good turn, good turn.
Were you like FaceTime? Or were you just on Facebook Messenger?
Ready, you'll come to a stop here. Good. And feet. Good. So when you're heading that way just now, right? Saw you started getting ahead of you there. So when Callie gets ahead of you, how do you want to correct that? And what else? Yes, right? So, because here we have the prong collar. When Scottie passed you there, you did the pull back so that you could go to your turn. What you would have wanted done is pull towards the head. It's that 180 turn to tap them to correct them. Okay? So whenever Scottie or Callie gets ahead, it's always about turn 180, tap to bring them back. Okay? So even though you're intending to do one thing, their actions mean you have to do another in order to correct them, because it's your job to keep Scottie or Callie here as much as possible. Okay? Otherwise, all that was good. Any questions about that? Nope. Are you familiar with the stay? No? Okay. So what we're going to do here is with Scottie on your left, you're going to take your left hand, wave it across the space, and you're going to step out in front of them with your right leg. Okay, so stay, we'll do this. So now you're facing Scottie, okay? And then you're going to just step back. We're going to make it easy to start. Now once you make it back, you'll feed. Okay? Questions? So go ahead and you'll do a quick little heel here, and then come back with Scottie and stop right here, okay?
Yo.
You can make a little loop.
Yo.
Get ready to stop, right? Good. Give a quick little tweak here. Good. And what you're going to do is just wave and say stay.
Stay.
And then grab the leash like where you had it, like that. And then you're going to step out face Scottie like this. Good. And then back to his side. Good. And feet. Good. You're gonna do that 4 more times. Okay, you're gonna say heel, quick little loop around, come to a stop, stay, out, back. Okay?
Heel.
Good. Tristan. Yep. Quick little treat.
Stay.
Good. Good. And feet. Good. 3 more.
Heel.
Turn to turn.
Stay.
Good. Good. 2 more. Go ahead and use your. Huh? I know. That's fine. Go ahead and move your leash so it's over his head there because it's underneath. There you go. That's fine. And then stay.
Stay.
Good. Excellent. One more.
Heel.
Excellent. Now what we're going to do, same thing, just make it a little bit harder. You're going to get the stay, you're going to step out and face him, and then you're going to start walking around him. Okay? As you're walking around him, you want to hold your leash like you have it. If Scottie were to get up, you would just pull up, tap, so he puts his butt back down, and then you continue moving around. And then back to the side, and then feet at the end. Okay?
Heel.
Yep, video. Good job.
This is hitting me close, right?
you slightly pull up here, just straighten him out a little bit. There you go, that's fine. And now you can do this.
Stay.
Up. Good. Around. Try one more walk around. Good. Back to the side. Okay. Good. Heel. Some more.
Heel.
Got it. And then use your leash to straighten them out. Good.
Stay.
Good. Good. One more. You're going to pull up. Go slightly underneath. Yeah, side. There you go. Up. Relax. Good. So earlier I didn't mind if he took the feet because he still maintained the butt of the ground. But on that one he got up and actively moved elsewhere. So right away I go in to correct him, put him back into position. Okay? Otherwise, anytime you drop something, he's gonna think he can just get up and get it. Okay. And then stay.
Stay.
Treat and swap here. Good. Up. I'll have you see that prong collar? Go to rotate it so that chain is on the top of the neck. Good. Lightly pull up. Up. And relax. Good. So, right there when you guys passed off to each other, he gets distracted and he assumes like, oh, like we're switching, right? You still want to reinforce the positioning. So when you put him under a command, it's in effect until you release him. Okay? And the release here is break. So if you said stay, he should stay put. And then, a minute goes by, then they say, okay, Scottie, break. Break means now you're free to walk around. So unless you've given that command of break, his job is to hold the position, okay? So later on when you guys are practicing with each other and stuff like that, when you're swapping, if he gets up and you still have him, then you would correct him. If he's if Aiden's giving you the leash, then he gets up, then you would be the one that's correct, right? So whoever has the leash is the one that's responsible. And then as simple as just pulling up as soon as he gets up until eventually he just unlearns that. Okay? So I'm gonna have you do the same thing as Aiden. You're gonna work up, up. Good. So you see that little whine there? There's nothing compared to what it was before. Do you have any questions about the stay? No? So I'm gonna have you start off the same way, just to stay, to pivot out, and then to pivot back in. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
Heel.
Turn. Good. Ready?
Stay.
Good. And then back to the side. And more feet here. Good. 4 more.
Heel.
Good. Got a nice distraction coming.
Stay.
And yeah, I mean, it's actually a pretty big league.
Hold right there.
So we.
Good. Back to the side. And feet. Good. 3 more.
Heel. Stay.
Just ask what Scottie sounded like. Baby cry. 2 more.
Heel. Stay.
Up. Good. Good. Back to the side. One more.
Heel.
Excellent. Now you're doing the same thing, Aiden. The next one thing you do, you'll step out, wait a moment, start to walk around Scottie. Then when you're ready, back to the side.
heel,
Scottie. Take one step forward. Like you move forward. There you go. Up. Move forward. There you go. Up. There you go. Lightly pull like this. And then tap. Right there, up, right there, up, and feet. That's a little bit closer to what we were dealing with when we started.
Would be for hours in the basement. Oh, when it was bedtime?
Sure.
And put him in the cage to go to bed?
Sure.
Hours.
Yeah.
stay,
Was he like that with, those are your cousins that had those birds, right? Oh, so he had other,
heel,
yeah. Keep forward, you're good. Yeah, so what happened was he probably got something around something else, either a dog or a family, that when it became, now you have to be by yourself, it's like a whole new thing. He was like that when you guys dropped him off, and my brother corrected him. Then he settled. But then it was like that anytime you did anything with a prong collar or with an E-Collar. Good. Good. One more.
heel,
Here, let's move forward. Good job. Forward. Right. You got it. That's better. Like that. Good. Pause right there. Okay. Good job. So, when he like locks up and then you try to counter him, like what you're doing there, that's when he gets really like stressed and then he's just super vocal. It sucks. It's just him. The main thing is just telling people or getting to understand like your dog's not hurting, your dog's just throwing a really big fit. Okay. So because we've worked him through those things and not let him play us with those responses, he's gotten better with it. But that's why we also added in the food and say like, look, dude, if you just do this, everything stops and you get something out of it. Right? So then he's earning his food. He's not getting treats. Right? He's getting his food. Right? So he's getting his nutrition, what he actually needs. So it's not kind of like, how do you say, I don't want to say bribing, but you know, we did do a little bit of turkey for a bit, and then we switched into his diet. Now he's got to earn his keep, essentially. Okay. So even after you guys take him back, this is going to continue afterwards. But I'm glad that happened to give you an idea of like, because once you take him, I expect that to probably happen more often, because again, he's back in his home. That he's going to think he's going to go like, oh, well, I used to be like this before, so he might try to play those cards more often.
Okay? Any questions about this stuff? No? Good job, guys. So that's just the introduction, and then next time, of course, we'll go over some more stuff. And then what we're doing now is we're also putting together the compilation video of just what we taught the dog, and we'll send you that too. It'll kind of review this stuff, but this way they have a visual as well. Okay? Anything else? We'll go ahead and take Scottie. We didn't get the place, but that's okay. Is that a spider or a mosquito? Spider. We'll take that from you. Who's gonna take Scottie? All right. Oh, we gotta head over to Anna. And Rick, Sophie, can I talk to you real quick?